Hello, this is Richard Martindale with Martindale Digital Live. I am coming to you live today on this live stream broadcast. We are going to be covering the third part of our installment of how you can get legal clients right now. Now, in the first 2 days, we've covered a couple different tips. So if you didn't join our live stream broadcast over the last couple days, you can find it on our Martindale Digital Facebook page, or you can go on our YouTube channel and find it there. Catch up, watch the first 2 episodes, and then this third episode is going to make a little bit more sense. But let's get right into it today and talk about what you can do in order to find legal clients right now. So, in order to summarize day 1 and day 2, in day 1, we talked about reaching out to your current clients. You want to do that because it's going to be a good thing in 2 different regards. First of all, it's going to show your clients that you care, and you can use that opportunity to give them value, ask them what's going on in their world right now with the coronavirus and everything that's going on, and you can provide solutions to them on any questions that they may have. And in the process, you can ask them for referrals. Hey, do you know anybody else that needs help in XYZ legal area that you're practicing? Just gives you an opportunity to touch base, have a touch point with your current clients so that they know you care. Hey, maybe they need current issues that they just haven't talked to you about yet. So it gives you that opportunity, and then also gives you an inroad to ask for potential referrals if they know somebody else who might need help. Then on day 2, we talked about going back through your old leads and following up. The leads obviously are the lifeblood of your firm. You need to always have new leads coming in order to, continue to keep your firm afloat. So think about past leads that maybe you didn't follow up on, but remember that the fortune is in the follow-up, and you want to ensure that you're following up to have the information and then having a system to be able to follow up on those leads as they come in. And we talked about in that episode a way that you can do that electronically as opposed to relying on pen and paper or keeping business cards when you go to a networking event. So go back to episode 2 if you haven't looked at that, and watch that live stream, and it should give you a little bit more information that might help you. Now, today, we're going to jump into the third tip on what can help you with regard to getting new clients right now. So before we jump into that before I reveal to you actually what that third tip is, I want to talk to you about a common question that I get. One of the questions that I get a lot is, Richard, how do I find more people to learn about me? How do I find those people who are interested in learning about what I do and how I can help them? Well, my response to them, first of all, is, okay, Mr. Attorney or Mrs. Attorney, what are you doing right now so that people notice you and your law firm? What are you doing to get out in front of people and people who are your ideal clients and, help them to notice you? Well, the question or the answer that I usually get is kind of like what we talked about yesterday. A lot of attorneys go to networking events or lunches or Chamber of Commerce meetings, things like that, where they're trying to meet people and understand what their needs are. So, as we talked about, that usually leads to an exchange of business cards. Maybe it ends up with a phone call conversation with a person who might be interested, or maybe even a meeting where they come into your office and talk to you. But the third tip kind of does away with this old way of networking and lead generation. A lot of attorneys, are basically following this old way, but the key to getting new clients today is leveraging your time, leveraging your efforts, and also leveraging the existing congregations of people who are out there and who want to hire an attorney. Now, so when we talk about the old way, it is, and I'm going to take my glasses off because it's showing a little reflection in the live stream. But the old way is more one-to-one meeting. You meet somebody who might have an interest, maybe at a lunch, at a networking event. You follow up with that person one-to-one, and then you hope that if you explain what you do and how you can help them, that they may want to hire you. That's been good, but now we have so many more tools that allow us to leverage. So what you need to do is go, not physically go, but go to where the congregations already exist. And if you stick with me, I'm going to explain to you about exactly what I'm talking about with regard to these congregations and where they exist and how you can leverage your time and your efforts to get in front of them. But then once you're in front of them in the middle of these congregations, you want to add value, and then that's going to attract your ideal clients back to you. So if you first think about how you have to start is, who is that ideal client? Who am I trying to target for my legal practice? And where are they hanging out in these congregations? So when you think about congregations, you may think of something like this. This is a picture of one of the mega churches. But when I'm talking about congregations, it's not a church. You may go to church, I go to church, but when you're thinking about congregations from the standpoint of building your business and getting new clients in the door now, I'm not talking about a congregation being a church. When you think about congregations these days, you need to think about the digital congregations that are online. We've got Facebook, we've got Google, we have YouTube, LinkedIn, if you're a B2B, an attorney who goes after and represents corporations, and Twitter. There are all these congregations where there are already people out there, and they are grouped together in interests or groups of what they like, and you can already insert yourself into those congregations. So you don't have to start by building a website and hoping people come to you and they find you online. It's a matter of you going to these congregations, the places where these people are already hanging out. So think about, as I said, from your standpoint of your ideal client. So let's say you represent corporations and you do employment work, and your main contact at businesses are a lot of HR reps, maybe in-house people in the HR department in corporations. Then you probably want to be hanging out on LinkedIn and targeting people on LinkedIn. If you're adding value with your target audience in mind and providing articles and videos and things like that, then those people are going to notice you. They're going to take an interest in you, and then when they need help from an attorney, hopefully they'll be the one. They'll be calling you, and you'll be the one that they call. But when you think about these congregations, you may say, "Oh, I'm afraid of social media. I don't really know what to do with social media." You have to deal with the reality of these people are online using social media. If you see on this screen here, you'll see the statistics on the number of U.S. adults, the percentages of U.S. adults that are on some of these sites. And look at YouTube, for example. 73% of U.S. adults say that they are using YouTube as an online platform. And YouTube is just a big search engine where people can go in, search for topics, and find videos about things that they're interested in. So again, if you're putting out information and value and creating things that would give value to your ideal clients, then hopefully they're going to find you in those congregations like YouTube. Or Facebook, for example. Again, 69% of US adults say that they are using Facebook. So those are the two big ones that you really want to think about when you're talking about a congregation of where people are hanging out. Then specifically, if we dial down into Facebook and you look at this another chart, and all these charts are provided by Pew Research Center. If you go on their website, I showed it right there, you can get a lot of information about usage and statistics and things like that. But the statistics are that roughly 3/4 of Facebook users, almost 75%, go on Facebook on a daily basis. I mean, think about that. The millions of people who are potentially your target clients, your ideal clients, who are on Facebook. So you have a captured audience where you can insert yourself into that congregation of people on Facebook. And Facebook has the added advantage of being able to target specifically your demographic and your ideal client. And that's why it's very important that you have a specific picture of what your ideal client looks like, is, what their interests are, what they do, what their hobbies might be. And I want you to think about that, because in an upcoming episode of one of the live streams that I have scheduled, we're going to really dive into how to identify your ideal client. And I'm going to give you some resources that can help you with that. So stay tuned for those live streams on your ideal client. We'll get back to that in a few episodes. But right now we're talking about how to find clients now. So if you're on Facebook, for example, you know that 75% of the users are there daily. But if you have an idea of your ideal client, you can use the demographic information. So like here is a chart, again from Pew Research Center, but it shows, if you know men versus women, if you know their background, if you know their age, if you know their income level, if you know their level of schooling, you can really dial in what platform you need to be on and what congregation you need to be inserting yourself into in order to put your attention and leverage that particular platform for getting clients for you today. So if you look over to the right here, I'm showing you a little bit about how most adults, as we said, are on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube trends a little bit younger than Facebook or some of the other platforms. And LinkedIn, if you're a B2B, as I said earlier, it's going to be LinkedIn that you may really concentrate on if you're going after professional organizations, corporations, things like that. And then Instagram is another platform that a lot of people haven't really used as much. It's owned by Facebook, so you have all the data that's available through Facebook, but it trends younger. So maybe if you're going after a younger crowd, millennials, things like that, then Instagram may be the platform where you want to be creating a lot of content and adding value on that platform. But to sum this up, when you're thinking about congregations, you want to think the old way, that one-to-one way, is kind of like a dry stream. You're putting effort in one person, hoping that one person may hire you and they may need you for your legal services. And if that doesn't work, then you got to go out and put more effort and find one person again, hope that one works. But the new way is like inserting yourself into a rushing river of information that's coming, it's flowing your way. These people are on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn, they're on YouTube. And all you need to do is insert yourself into this river of people and this river of information and add value and put out good content where they're going to hopefully find you and want to turn to you when they need a lawyer in your specific area. So think about that and how you can stop doing the old way and going into the new way. Now, with regard to adding value to these congregations, as we talked about a little bit yesterday, you want to just give value, value, value. It's kind of like the old adage in real estate, it's location, location, location. Well, right now, especially, is the biggest time when you can just add value to people. Put out information and content that is going to help answer questions, help solve problems, maybe give insights into legal issues. I've seen, for example, the CARES Act. So many, accountants and attorneys are putting out information about the CARES Act so that businesses and entrepreneurs know what to do and how to file. But you can even just give updates in your practice area. I mean, it's something as attorneys that we're required to do anyway. My particular practice is insurance coverage, but if yours is in, like we said, employment work or criminal law or real estate, you can be always putting out information and giving content to people so that they're looking for answers in that particular legal area. They're going to find you, you're going to appear to be the expert, and then they're going to want to hire you. So just think about that, the things that you can do, and even just share what's going on in your life or in your law firm. I always encourage attorneys to have a mixture of business and personal information on their social media platforms and their blogs and what they're doing. It's very easy these days. As you can see from the pictures, you can take a phone just like this and record videos, create content. You can record voice things that you can then translate and transcribe into articles and put onto blogs. It's very easy to create content. And if you'll stay tuned to some of my live streams coming up, I'm going to give you more ideas on content and ways that you can add value to those congregations where you're going to visit. So in attracting your ideal client, you go to where the congregations on where they're hanging out. You speak directly to your ideal clients and your subset of people who you're trying to attract, and then you attract them to you. That is the new way, and it's going to get you clients. As soon as you can get started, you should see more traffic and more people coming to you and interested in talking with you and hire you. So to summarize the key takeaways from today, stop doing the old way of marketing. Stop doing the one-to-one, especially these days when we can't even have networking events. We can't go out and meet people one-on-one. You've got to leverage the congregations that exist. Today, with what's going on with the coronavirus, there are so many people at home. They have time. They're on social media, even more today than they were a month ago. So leverage those congregations, add value by putting out content that relates to your legal topic, and then you will attract those ideal clients. That is the third tip on how you can get clients today. Leverage those congregations, add value, and attract the clients to you. That is one of the biggest tips that you can get, and hopefully you will start practicing that and start doing that today so you can get clients coming to you. That's really all we have for today. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream of Martindale Digital Live. Again, my name is Richard Martindale. If you don't know much about me, I've been an attorney for almost 25 years, and I've been in online marketing for over 10 years. I work with attorneys and law firms and help them to have good strategies and good tactics with regard to marketing their law firms online. If I can provide you with information, please follow me. If you're watching this on Facebook or maybe YouTube, leave a comment. I always try to respond to all the comments that come in. And if you have a comment or a question of something that you're wanting to learn more about, leave it in there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get these live streams as they pop up. We're going to try to do these live at 5 every day on the weekdays. So make sure you stay tuned and tune in. We're going to also, as I said at the beginning, on Monday, I'm going to give you reveal the big surprises that I have in store that is going to sum up these last 3 live streams, the topics of the 3 tips that you can do to get ideal clients. But I'm going to actually give you on Monday some practical resources that you can implement in your firm and start attracting those clients to you today. So hope you've enjoyed today. I look forward to talking to you on Monday, and I hope you have a blessed weekend. Thanks so much.